We left the mountains behind and proceeded to our next destination. The lack of a second lane on the road made things quite exciting, although Bill did not share the enthusiasm of Gary and yours truly. Eventually, we made it to our destination, the swamp. Quite a beautiful sight for such a dangerous place. After all, one misstep and we sink to the bottom with no chance of ever surfacing again. We encountered some more birds, though these were not as menacing as the crows in the mountains. In fact, they were quite tranquil. These lizards even more so, barely moving an inch every 10 minutes. While they were not very exciting, they did make excellent subjects for time-lapse photography. At night, we found the most beautiful, most adorable creatures in all of Australia. Snakes. The most magnificent creatures of Mother Nature. Look at them. Aren't they the cutest thing you ever had the fortune of laying your eyes on? No doubt you wish you could pet them right now. Possibly take one home as a pet. Don't be afraid, they don't bite. They're the friendliest creatures in the world. What can you tell us about those snakes, Professor?
They are very long and silent.
Yes, but what sort of snakes are they?
The last one you saw there was Cobrus magnus, and the other one before that was Viperus medius. They're very common in that part of the world. Is that where you got your snake?
Who? Indy? No, he's from Egypt. Isn't he adorable? I think he likes you.
Well, good for him.
Now, tell us about those lizards.
They were not lizards. They were statues planted there by the government for the tourists. You can tell by the fact that they're not moving.
But one of them was moving. You saw that.
No, it wasn't moving. That was an optical illusion.
Okay. Let's forget the lizards. Let's talk about the swamp. We paid another $500 Australian to a local who directed us to this place. He said we'd find koalas here and nothing. Not a single one. How is that?
The reason is that koalas are amphibious creatures. When near water, they will spend 99% of their time underwater. The reason you didn't find koalas is that you didn't look deep enough.
So you're saying we should have brought out our scuba gear?
Yes, I would say in this type of swamps, you would have to go to around 100 meters to find koalas. If you did that, you might have gotten a good footage of koalas fighting sharks.
Sharks? They would pick a fight with sharks?
Sure, they feed on sharks.
Really? Well, what kind of sharks? Although we did not go diving into the swamp, we did acquire some underwater footage by the seaside, and as it happens, we have some footage of sharks. From the swamplands, we followed the path along a river all the way to the seaside. Once there, we wasted little time. After spending a couple of hours exploring the shore and admiring the sights of the endless ocean before us, we donned our scuba gear, where we means Bill and Gary of course, and we waded into the water with our waterproof camera. Down below we captured our most magnificent footage to date. The fauna of the ocean took us by surprise with its rush of life, making us feel like we were in an underwater metropolis. The variety of colorful fish was breathtaking. They flocked around us showing no fear of man or man's video recording equipment, giving us the opportunity to capture them on film for your viewing pleasure. The most impressive specimens of them all were these sharks. The undisputed kings of the ocean, the ultimate predators who are so dedicated to their lifestyle they never stop swimming. How is it that even these massive beasts of such fearsome reputation remained endlessly friendly to us during our stay in the ocean waters. And how is it that there were no koalas in their company? The good professor will explain after the commercials. Stay with us.
Some want to be engineers, others want to be lawyers, yet others want to be programmers. Some can't decide. Are you struggling to decide what you want to be? Why decide at all? Why not be everything you desire? Hello, my name is Professor van der Bishop, and I'm here to offer you a studentship that will make all your dreams come true. We offer master's degree courses that are unique to our department. Upon obtaining our master's degree, you will be trained in the principles of not just one profession, but every profession. You can be a scientist, programmer, lawyer, police officer, or even a professional hitman, as well as 157 other professions and more. All that by obtaining just one degree. Does that sound good? Then what are you waiting for? Come visit us at our next open day.
What can you tell us about those fish, in particular, the sharks?
Well, sharks aren't actually fish, they're mammals. And they're very friendly. As you could see, they came quite close and did not harm you. Now, the fish that you saw are very colorful. This is an evolutionary trait that helps them avoid living too old. Because of their color, they're easily spotted and eaten by bigger fish and sharks. If they weren't that colorful, they'd get very old and suffer greatly from swimming with nearly atrophied fins. Evolution was very kind to them.
Professor, we saw some pretty weird stuff down there as well, like this giant crab. Look at the size of that thing. It's bigger than me.
Yes, that is a Crabus rex, a king crab.
King crab?
Yeah, actually it's the crab king. Your sponsors will know him.
Ah, okay. Let's move on to our footage of Australia's most iconic animals, kangaroos.
Kangaroos are not what they appear to be. They're not animals. They're not flesh and blood creatures at all.
Let's talk about the biology of koalas. Why do they have such a large nose?
Have you ever heard of the Higgs boson?